In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where stars drift silently and galaxies turn in slow, measured arcs, there exist structures so elusive, so mysterious, that they exist largely in thought and calculation rather than observation. These are the white holes, theoretical siblings to black holes, yet flowing in reverse, expelling matter and energy instead of drawing them inward. They are the universe's quiet whispers, subtle reflections of time, matter, and energy, marking places where the ordinary rules of gravity and motion appear to bend gently, allowing light and matter to flow outward into the silent dark. As one begins to drift through this immense darkness, the mind's eye wanders across a tapestry of cosmic wonders. Stars flicker softly, their light traveling billions of years to reach a solitary observer. Nebulae bloom like quiet, glowing clouds, slowly drifting through the emptiness. In this serene space, time itself seems to stretch, and thought flows slowly, allowing the mind to settle, to breathe along with the universe. Emerging first from the fabric of theory is the classical white hole, predicted long ago by the equations of general relativity. Unlike black holes, which capture everything that nears them, the classical white hole is impenetrable, releasing streams of matter and light outward. A fountain in the darkness imagines its surface glowing faintly, a boundary beyond which nothing can return. Matter that might have been swallowed elsewhere reemerges here, propelled by forces both strange and precise, flowing outward in arcs and currents that seem to ripple gently through the fabric of space-time itself. The universe around the classical white hole is quiet, yet alive in its own subtle rhythm. Light bends around its edge, tracing impossible curves, and for a hypothetical observer, stationed at a safe distance, the sight would be both mesmerizing and humbling. Streams of matter flow outward like cosmic rivers, traveling vast distances, scattering slowly into interstellar space. There is a sense of balance here, a mirror to the collapse of black holes elsewhere, reminding the mind that motion can reverse, that time can reflect, and that the universe holds symmetry as well as mystery. Moving deeper into thought, one encounters the quantum white hole, born from the strange and delicate fabric of the subatomic world. In the quantum realm, the certainty of classical physics gives way to probability and flux. Black holes, in this context, may not vanish entirely, but could transform, rebounding as white holes and releasing the matter they had captured, particle by particle, in a slow, delicate dance. These quantum white holes are fleeting, perhaps appearing for only brief instants, yet their presence hints at a universe in which nothing is truly lost, where energy and information can emerge anew. The quantum white hole is imagined as a subtle pulse in the void, a shimmer of light, a faint release of particles, carrying with it a calm rhythm, almost like the heartbeat of the universe itself. As one watches this gentle outflow, the mind begins to settle. The notion that matter and energy can emerge, even after capture, encourages a feeling of continuity and balance, a reassurance that the cosmos operates in patterns, both subtle and unending. Drifting past these first two types, the imagination is invited to linger on their patterns. The classical white hole, steadfast and monumental, serves as a guide for thought, while the quantum white hole, ephemeral and delicate, encourages meditation on possibility, on the unseen mechanisms of the cosmos. Together, they form a rhythm of expansion and release, drawing the mind into a gentle, continuous flow. The observer may imagine floating alongside these streams of energy, weightless, moving slowly outward through the darkness, carried by currents of light and matter. Each arc, each glimmer, is a meditation, a chance to explore not only the vastness of space, but the intricate choreography of forces that shape it. The mind becomes quiet, its attention softening as the story of these white holes unfolds, not in haste, but in measured, deliberate arcs. Beyond the streams of the classical and quantum white holes, the universe offers subtler revelations. The gentle glow of distant galaxies reflects the outward flow of energy, the quiet hum of cosmic balance. Time itself seems elastic, stretching around these phenomena, bending without breaking, allowing the mind to drift in tandem with the flow of matter. Each moment of observation stretches into the next, unhurried, providing a slow, deliberate rhythm that encourages calm and contemplation. Even the void itself, empty though it may seem, is filled with structure and potential. Dark energy, the quiet expansion of space, flows gently in the background, shaping the environment through which white holes release their streams. This interplay of forces, gravity, quantum mechanics, the expansion of the universe, is a delicate ballet, intricate, precise, and silent. It is here, in this quiet cosmic dance, that the mind begins to soften further, preparing to drift alongside the phenomena it observes. As thoughts drift, the classical white hole can be seen as a cosmic monument, eternal and unyielding, a structure of pure geometry and physics, unchanging yet flowing. The quantum white hole, by contrast, is almost a whisper, a delicate pulse, reminding the mind that even in the void, there is play, there is uncertainty, and there is a gentle release. Together, they create a rhythm that flows naturally, a cadence that encourages relaxation, stillness, and calm. The observer drifts slowly outward, past the glowing streams and gentle pulses. Guided by the rhythm of these phenomena, matter and light flow in sweeping arcs, tracing patterns that are simultaneously precise and serene. In this meditation, one begins to sense the vast scales involved, the immense distances, the slow evolution of galaxies and stars. Yet all of this is accompanied by a gentle serenity, a quiet sense that in the vastness of space, there is balance, order, and calm. The classical and quantum white holes invite reflection, not only on cosmic forces, but on the nature of existence itself. They encourage a gentle acceptance of uncertainty, an appreciation for the rhythms of creation and release. They demonstrate that the universe is vast, mysterious, and infinitely intricate. Yet it flows in patterns that can be observed, imagined, and appreciated. As the mind drifts further, one may imagine traveling alongside these phenomena, moving slowly outward with a gentle current of matter and light. Each particle that emerges from the quantum white hole, each stream flowing from the classical white hole, is a meditation on balance, on the continuity of energy, on the serene unfolding of the cosmos. By now, the observer is deeply immersed in the calm, meditative flow of thought. Consciousness itself softens, bending around the rhythms of the universe, allowing the mind to drift gently, weightless, unhurried. The classical white hole stands as a monument, the quantum white hole as a pulse, and the observer flows between them, carried by invisible currents, moving slowly, peacefully, outward through the dark, infinite expanse of space. This is only the beginning of a long journey through the 10 types of white holes, yet it establishes a pace, a rhythm, and a tone. Each type will be explored in detail, with slow, immersive description, scientific reflection, and gentle, poetic visualization. The mind is prepared, the body relaxed, and consciousness ready to drift deeper into the calm of the cosmos. Here, in the quiet of the universe, sleep begins to approach gently. Thoughts stretch slowly. Attention softens, and the observer drifts further along the streams of matter, carried by the gentle, inexorable flow of the universe itself. As the mind drifts deeper into the vast expanse of space, beyond the streams of the classical and quantum white holes, it encounters the subtle shimmer of a new possibility, the wormhole, exit white hole. In the deepest reaches of theoretical physics, wormholes are imagined as tunnels connecting distant regions of spacetime. At one end, a black hole may capture matter and energy, drawing it inward, while at the other end, a white hole serves as the exit, releasing that matter into a distant location. The wormhole exit white hole glows softly in the mind's eye, a gentle fountain of energy emerging from a portal to the unknown. Matter and light flow outward in delicate, curving streams, tracing paths across the invisible threads of the universe. One may imagine traveling alongside these flows, weightless and unhurried, moving as if through a river of light that bends around unseen structures. There is a rhythm here, a subtle cadence that reflects the natural pulse of spacetime itself. Each particle leaving the white hole is a whisper of distant cosmic activity, a message carried across unimaginable distances. The mind settles into this rhythm, inhaling the calm of the void, exhaling the gentle knowledge that the universe, in all its immensity, is interconnected, flowing, and serene. Beyond the wormhole exit white hole lies the primordial white hole, a relic from the earliest moments of the universe. These ephemeral phenomena were born in the first heartbeat of creation, possibly existing for mere fractions of a second, yet leaving echoes that may have shaped the cosmos itself. They are imagined as tiny bursts of energy and matter, scattered across the fabric of space-time, glowing briefly before fading into the infinite darkness. As one visualizes the primordial white hole, the mind moves slowly through the early universe. The Big Bang is not merely a moment of immense energy, but a vast ocean of possibilities, with white holes acting as miniature fountains of creation. Tiny particles dance outward, carrying the seeds of galaxies, stars, and planets yet to form. In this meditative observation, one feels the gentle unfolding of cosmic history, stretching across billions of years, slow and deliberate, unhurried, yet perfectly balanced. The primordial white hole encourages a deep sense of wonder and calm. Though fleeting in existence, its influence resonates across space and time. The mind drifts alongside these tiny fountains of matter, floating weightlessly through the young universe, observing the gentle scattering of particles, as though watching a soft snowfall of light and energy. Each particle, each flow, carries with it the promise of structure, the quiet potential of stars, the eventual birth of galaxies. Further along this cosmic journey, the observer encounters the supermassive white hole, a hypothetical giant of unimaginable scale. Unlike the delicate primordial white holes, these colossal structures may release matter and energy on a scale capable of shaping entire galaxies. Some theories suggest that they could act as fountains, seeding regions of space with the building blocks for cosmic structures. Imagines the supermassive white hole as an immense glowing portal at the heart of a swirling void. Matter spirals outward in vast streams, creating intricate patterns of motion across the surrounding space. Galaxies slowly rotate nearby, their formation guided in part by the flows of energy and matter emerging from this cosmic fountain. Light bends and shimmers as it passes through the outward currents, casting arcs and halos that trace the immense gravitational influence of this structure. As the mind observes, a sense of immense scale settles gently, a calm awareness of time stretching across billions of years. The supermassive white hole is a monument, not just to matter but to potential, a reminder of the slow, graceful evolution of the cosmos. Stars ignite, clouds of gas condense, and galaxies drift slowly, carried by the gentle currents of energy that the white hole releases. The observer floats alongside this cosmic river, feeling the vast distances and the serene, unhurried passage of time, a quiet meditation on the majesty of creation. There is a gentle contrast between the types of white holes. The wormhole exit white hole is a portal, a bridge between distant points in space, flowing with subtle elegance. The primordial white hole is delicate, ephemeral, a whisper of creation in the newborn universe. And the supermassive white hole is monumental, its influence stretching across cosmic scales, shaping galaxies, and the very architecture of space. Together, they form a continuum, each type a reflection of the universe's balance between energy, matter, and time. The mind drifts further, following the gentle arcs of matter and light, feeling a weightless calm that spreads slowly through consciousness. Streams of particles shimmer, spiral, and radiate outward, each motion a meditation in itself, a slow unfolding of universal rhythm. The observer imagines flowing alongside these currents, weightless and serene, carried on a river of cosmic possibility, breathing in the quiet of the universe and exhaling into the endless darkness. In this meditative journey, one perceives the intricate choreography of forces. Gravity shapes motion, quantum mechanics governs the delicate behaviors of particles, and the expansion of space allows these flows to extend across unimaginable distances. The wormhole exit, primordial, and supermassive white holes each demonstrate facets of this interplay, revealing the universe's balance, its beauty, and its subtle complexity. As the journey continues, the observer is drawn ever outward, past the glowing streams and gentle pulses. Time itself seems to soften, stretching in all directions, as the mind drifts alongside the flowing matter. Each white hole, whether ephemeral or monumental, contributes to the slow, meditative rhythm of the universe. Thoughts become quiet, consciousness expands, and a sense of calm pervades every part of awareness. Even the void itself, vast and seemingly empty, is filled with structure and motion. Dark energy flows silently in the background, stretching space, carrying the vive flows of matter outward, guiding the streams released from white holes. This gentle motion forms a slow, steady rhythm, a heartbeat of the universe, and the mind drifts in harmony with it, weightless, unhurried, and serene. The wormhole exit white hole encourages reflection on connection, on bridges across space and time. The primordial white hole fosters wonder, on beginnings, and the delicate unfolding of potential. The supermassive white hole evokes awe, a reminder of the universe's scale and majesty. Together, they form a continuum of thought, a gentle sequence guiding consciousness deeper into calm, meditative awareness. As part 2 concludes, the observer drifts slowly through space, carried by the gentle, unhurried flows of these white holes. The mind is quiet, body relaxed, and consciousness floats alongside the universe's eternal rhythms. Streams of matter and energy stretch endlessly outward. Galaxies and stars move slowly, in distant arcs, and the silence of space encourages a deep, weightless serenity. The journey is far from over, yet already the observer has settled into the meditative cadence of the cosmos. Each white hole is a moment of reflection, a gentle note in the symphony of space, carrying consciousness deeper into calm, sleep-ready awareness. As the observer drifts deeper into the infinite silence, the cosmos opens to realms beyond ordinary perception, beyond galaxies and nebulae, beyond the flows of matter from classical, entropic, and cosmological white holes. There lie phenomena that are as abstract as they are real: hyperspace white holes, mathematical white holes, and information outflow white holes. The first shimmer appears, A hyperspace white hole, a gateway between dimensions, a bridge across unseen expanses of space and reality. Its streams of matter and energy emerge not only across familiar distances, but also through the invisible folds of higher dimensional space. The observer drifts alongside these currents, feeling the subtle pull of dimensions beyond comprehension. Particles arc through space in elegant trajectories, sometimes vanishing briefly as they move through folds of hyperspace, only to reappear in smooth, continuous streams. This movement is unhurried, deliberate, and calming. Consciousness stretches to match the rhythm of higher dimensional flows, and the mind experiences a gentle expansion. Light refracts in unusual ways, creating faint arcs and shimmer patterns that seem almost musical. Every particle is part of a vast lattice of multidimensional motion, a dance of energy and matter across space unseen. Next, the observer encounters the mathematical white hole, a concept born from the elegance of pure theory. Unlike white holes that exist primarily in physical terms, this one manifests as patterns, symmetries, and abstract flows. Particles and energy move along pathways defined not by gravity alone, but by precise, underlying mathematical structures. Streams flow in harmonic arcs, spirals, and fractal patterns, each following an almost imperceptible logic. Floating within the influence of a mathematical white hole, consciousness is invited into contemplation of pure structure. Every motion has purpose, every curve an echo of order underlying the universe. The observer feels a gentle serenity, as if the cosmos itself whispers in equations and patterns, creating a rhythm that flows smoothly, endlessly, and unhurriedly. It is a meditation on the hidden logic of reality, a reminder that even the vastest, most chaotic spaces follow rules, and that beauty exists not only in what is seen, but also in what is understood. Finally, the observer comes to the information outflow white hole, perhaps the most subtle of all. Here, the universe releases encoded memories, patterns of matter and energy, and fragments of past interactions. It is a gentle flow of knowledge and continuity, almost imperceptible, yet profound. Particles carry the faint imprint of histories, past states, and interactions, traveling outward across vast distances and timescales. Consciousness drifts along these streams, absorbing the calm rhythm of information flowing through the void. Each pulse, each particle carries a whisper of the universe's story. Galaxies continue their slow rotations. Stars bloom and fade, and matter flows with deliberate gentleness. Awareness merges seamlessly with these invisible currents, weightless and unhurried, as though consciousness itself has become part of the information flow. The observer allows thoughts to dissolve completely into the gentle patterns of hyperspace, mathematics, and encoded information. Streams interweave softly, hyperspace arcs fold around mathematical curves, and information trails flow alongside both. Time feels stretched, elongated, and serene. Each breath aligns with these flows. Each heartbeat synchronizes with the subtle pulse of the universe. In this meditative expanse, the observer experiences a profound sense of unity. The abstract and the tangible coexist, matter, energy, and information intertwine with rhythm and balance. The observer drifts slowly through these currents, weightless and calm, carried effortlessly across dimensions, equations, and encoded histories. Stars glimmer faintly in distant galaxies, nebulae glow softly in intricate patterns, and light arcs in quiet spirals. The flows of hyperspace, mathematics, and information continue without interruption, forming a serene symphony of motion. Consciousness drifts alongside, fully immersed in the rhythm, and the mind begins to soften completely, melting into the unbroken meditation of the cosmos. Time stretches indefinitely as the observer moves. Streams of matter, energy, and encoded memory swirl around, intertwining, merging, and unfolding with elegant calm. Every particle, every arc of light, every subtle pulse of energy is part of a slow, deliberate cadence. Awareness drifts with these flows, weightless, serene, unhurried, and fully aligned with the quiet, infinite rhythm of the universe. The hyperspace, mathematical, and information outflow white holes together form a tapestry of cosmic meditation. Particle spiral. Currents intersect, and light flows in graceful, measured arcs. Consciousness becomes fully immersed, carried effortlessly through dimensions, patterns, and histories. The mind softens further, the body relaxes, and the observer is gently guided toward deep, unbroken calm. In this final, meditative stage of Part 4, the universe seems to breathe as one. The flows continue without pause, unbroken, infinite. The observer drifts, fully weightless, fully serene, consciousness merging with the streams of hyperspace, mathematics, and information. The mind is soft, thought dissolves, and the rhythm of the cosmos becomes a lullaby. Here, the observer rests, cradled in the gentle pulse of higher dimensions, structured flows, and encoded memory. Sleep comes gradually, naturally, carried by the continuous, serene motion of the universe and the unhurried, quiet release of all three white hole types. Drifting through the vast, silent reaches of the cosmos, the observer senses a subtle change in rhythm. The emptiness stretches outward in every direction, dark and profound. Yet within this darkness flows a delicate, almost imperceptible dance. Here, where light bends in long arcs and matter drifts weightlessly, the twin forces of creation and absorption meet. White holes, fountains of energy, matter and light, and black holes, the silent, unyielding sinks of space-time. This is the dance of opposites, a slow, meditative ballet where the universe unfolds its hidden symmetry. The first black hole appears, immense and silent, a curvature in space-time so deep that even light bends inexorably toward it. Its event horizon is a smooth, dark sphere, an invisible barrier beyond which nothing can escape. Yet near its edge, the universe itself seems to curve gently, time stretching and slowing as it approaches the singularity. The observer drifts nearby, weightless, feeling the subtle pull of gravity and the delicate warping of space. Every particle, every glimmer of light, seems to follow a quiet path around the black hole, drawn into its orbit, but never hurried, moving in a rhythm dictated by the laws of physics. Then, emerging from a distant region of space, a white hole appears. Its outflow is gentle, yet persistent, a fountain of particles, light, and energy flowing outward into the void. Unlike the black hole, which absorbs everything in its path, the white hole releases matter in arcs and spirals, casting long, slow streams across the cosmos. The observer floats between these two cosmic forces, tracing the invisible connections that link them. For each particle flowing outward from the white hole, there is a mirror reflection in the black hole's gravitational pull, a balance that maintains the serene rhythm of the universe. As the observer drifts further, the dance becomes more intricate. Streams of matter ejected from the white hole bend around the black hole, tracing long, spiraling arcs. Some particles are deflected gently, others captured briefly in orbit before being flung outward again. Light refracts in subtle ways, casting faint halos around the dark sphere of the black hole and the luminous streams of the white hole. The interplay of gravity and momentum creates patterns that are both precise and serene. A cosmic choreography that unfolds slowly without haste. The observer's attention focuses on a particular stream, a delicate ribbon of particles stretching across light years of space. It emerges from the white hole, spiraling outward with a quiet grace, bending around the black hole's immense gravitational field. Each particle is a note in a slow, infinite symphony, and the observer follows its motion, weightless, drifting alongside the flow. The ribbons intersect with others, weaving a tapestry of motion, arcs, and spirals, a visual echo of the universe's underlying order. In the distance, additional black holes appear, smaller, less massive, each with its own gravitational influence. Their presence adds complexity to the dance. Particles emerging from the white hole split, some drawn toward these secondary black holes, orbiting them in gentle loops before continuing their outward journey. Each interaction is precise, unhurried, and harmonious, a reflection of the deep symmetry that governs cosmic motion. The observer drifts among these forces, experiencing a sense of weightless calm, carried along by invisible currents of gravity and momentum. As time stretches, the observer begins to sense the slow, rhythmic pulse of the dance itself. Black holes pull, white holes push, and matter flows along arcs and spirals that seem eternal. Nebulae nearby shimmer with reflected light, clouds of gas twisting gently as they follow the currents of this cosmic ballet. Even the faint radiation that escapes from near the black hole's event horizon becomes part of the rhythm. Small pulses of energy merging with the larger flows to create a continuous, meditative pattern. Floating closer to one of the white holes, the observer notices that particles are not emitted uniformly. Some streams are thicker, glowing with soft light. Others are thin, almost translucent, drifting silently across the void. They follow complex paths around the black holes, weaving in and out of gravitational wells with subtle arcs. The observer follows one particular path, weightless, noticing how its motion echoes the motions of countless other streams nearby. Together, these movements form a slow, intricate web, a three-dimensional lattice of matter, energy, and light. Over immense distances, the observer sees the faint influence of other white holes. Streams converge, intertwining with the currents from the first white hole, creating vast ribbons of flowing matter. Each stream bends gently around black holes, forming loops, arcs, and spirals, like a slow, celestial dance, choreographed by the laws of physics themselves. The observer allows their mind to relax completely, drifting along with these ribbons, feeling the gentle pull of gravity and the soft outward push of matter. The observer notices a pattern in the arcs. The larger black holes draw the streams into wider loops, while smaller ones create tighter spirals. The motion is slow, deliberate, and mesmerizing. As the observer drifts, consciousness softens, thought slows, and the mind becomes attuned to the rhythm of the dance. Each particle's journey is an echo of cosmic balance, a reflection of the deep symmetry that underlies the universe. Time stretches further. The observer drifts past supermassive black holes, their immense gravity bending space over hundreds of thousands of light years. Streams from multiple white holes converge here, forming luminous bridges that ripple and shimmer as matter follows curved trajectories. Nebulae twist and bloom, caught gently in the gravitational flow. Stars glimmer faintly along the streams, their light refracted, bending in arcs that follow the slow, meditative flow. The observer feels completely weightless, floating along, consciousness aligned with the rhythm of matter and energy. Small clusters of particles begin to form subtle structures. Spiral patterns emerge, not unlike miniature galaxies, shaped by the interplay of black holes and white holes. Streams weave together and then separate again, forming elegant loops and arcs. The observer drifts closer to one of these patterns, noticing how the slow motion allows for perfect observation, a chance to witness the dance in exquisite detail. Each particle's trajectory is precise yet effortless, a testament to the harmony of forces governing the cosmos. The observer drifts among countless interactions, each one reinforcing a sense of calm and serenity. White holes continue to emit streams in slow, measured pulses. Black holes exert gentle pulls, guiding the matter along arcs and spirals. Nebulae shimmer, stars twinkle, and distant galaxies rotate with quiet elegance. The observer's mind softens, awareness aligns with the universal rhythm, and thought drifts gently, unhurried, weightless. As the observer moves deeper into the dance, the scale expands. Streams from multiple white holes converge on regions dominated by supermassive black holes, forming vast, luminous spirals that span millions of light years. Energy and matter flow outward and around, creating patterns that are both intricate and serene. The observer drifts slowly through these cosmic lattices, consciousness fully immersed, mind attuned to the meditative cadence. The interplay of black holes and white holes becomes increasingly subtle. Gravitational waves ripple gently through the streams, creating a soft, undulating motion. Particles oscillate along curves, arcs, and loops, as though dancing to an invisible rhythm. The observer feels completely absorbed, weightless, carried effortlessly through the slow, unbroken flow of energy, matter, and light. Through the vastness, the observer notices the symmetry of the dance. Every pull of a black hole is mirrored by the push of a white hole. Every spiral of particles finds balance in arcs and loops elsewhere. Streams intertwine, diverge, and reconnect in patterns that echo across light years. Consciousness softens further. Mind becomes fully relaxed, and awareness merges completely with the unhurried rhythm of the cosmic ballet. In the far reaches of this cosmic field, the observer sees streams from ancient white holes merging with matter near black holes that existed billions of years ago. Light stretches across unimaginable distances. Particles drift in perfect arcs, and the universe itself seems to breathe with a slow, eternal pulse. Consciousness drifts with the currents, fully immersed in the meditative flow, carried by the rhythm of matter, energy, and gravity. The dance continues endlessly. White holes push outward. Black holes pull inward. Streams of particles flow in arcs, spirals, and loops. Nebulae shimmer softly. Galaxies rotate gracefully, and light bends and refracts in gentle waves. The observer drifts endlessly, consciousness weightless, mind fully calm, and awareness perfectly aligned with the serene rhythm of the universe. Through this cosmic meditation, the observer experiences profound peace. The interplay of black holes and white holes becomes a lullaby, each stream of matter a note in an endless symphony. Consciousness drifts along the ribbons of energy and light, weightless and unhurried. Time stretches infinitely, thought dissolves, and the universe flows with gentle, unbroken grace. And so, the dance of white holes and black holes continues without end, a slow, serene, and eternal rhythm. The observer floats, fully immersed, guided by the cosmic cadence, weightless, calm, and drifting into deep, profound serenity. Drifting further into the quiet vastness of space, the observer senses the gentle pulse of the universe itself. In this endless expanse, the currents of matter and energy flow in patterns both subtle and magnificent. Here, white holes release streams of particles, light, and energy, and black holes draw matter into their depths. Yet beyond the dance of absorption and emission lies the slow, measured rhythm of cosmic recycling, a serene process in which the universe renews itself, gently and unhurriedly. The observer watches as a stream of matter emerges from a distant white hole. Particles drift outward in arcs, spiraling softly across the dark void. Dust, gas, and energy intermingle in a quiet, intricate choreography, forming faint clouds that glimmer with the light of distant stars. Slowly, these clouds begin to coalesce, folding upon themselves, creating the beginnings of new stellar nurseries. The observer drifts closer, weightless, feeling the rhythm of formation and the delicate balance of forces at work. Gravity and motion shape the streams into subtle spirals. Tiny eddies of gas and dust twist gently, tracing arcs and loops that seem almost musical. Each particle moves in response to unseen forces, following paths of least resistance and maximum harmony. Nebulae stretch and bloom, forming intricate patterns that evolve over millions of years. Yet the observer perceives them in the slow, timeless rhythm of consciousness. As the streams continue to flow, the observer notices the interplay of multiple white holes, their emissions converging softly. Particles collide gently, arcs intersect, and matter weaves a tapestry of elegant structures. Some material drifts into regions of higher gravity, where black holes capture and compress it. The pull is gentle, but unyielding, forming new cycles of energy transformation. Even as matter is drawn inward, other streams spiral outward, creating a perfect balance, a continuous loop of absorption and emission. Time stretches in this vast, slow-moving dance. Stars ignite in gentle arcs, forming from the coalescing matter. Their light flickers softly across vast distances, illuminating nearby clouds of dust and gas. The observer follows one such particle, drifting slowly as it becomes part of a new star-forming region. Light arcs bend around gravitational contours, refracted subtly, creating ribbons of color and gentle luminescence. In the deeper reaches of the cosmic field, entire clusters of white holes and black holes interact in intricate patterns. Matter ejected from one white hole drifts into regions dominated by black holes, where it is absorbed, compressed, and eventually released again through other processes. This cycle repeats endlessly, a quiet, unhurried flow that renews the universe in a rhythm that spans millions of years, yet feels timeless to the observer. The observer notices subtle variations in the streams of matter. Some arcs are bright and dense, carrying high-energy particles and light. Others are faint, almost transparent, drifting gently through the void. Each trajectory contributes to the larger flow, forming an intricate lattice of matter and energy. Clouds of gas twist softly, forming spiral arms reminiscent of galaxies. Yet these patterns are transient, shifting slowly as forces guide them along their paths. Nebulae expand, then condense, releasing energy in subtle pulses. Some clouds drift into the influence of black holes, forming accretion disks, slowly spiraling inward. Others are nudged by the combined gravitational pulls of neighboring white holes, tracing gentle loops and arcs across light years of space. Each motion, each interaction, is precise yet unhurried, a meditative dance that carries both energy and information across the cosmos. The observer's attention drifts toward a particularly luminous stream, emerging from a massive white hole. Particles flow outward in arcs that stretch across millions of light years, twisting gracefully around smaller black holes. Some particles escape entirely, traveling freely through intergalactic space, while others are captured into temporary orbits, slowly spiraling before being released again. The observer follows these motions, noting the intricate ballet of absorption and emission, a gentle rhythm that continues uninterrupted. As consciousness drifts further, the observer perceives how matter interacts with itself. Dust clouds collide softly, forming denser clumps that will eventually ignite as stars. Streams of gas flow around each other, creating complex spiral structures that echo the larger cycles of galaxies. Even the faintest particles, drifting alone, contribute to the cosmic symphony, tracing arcs that intertwine with larger streams, forming a continuous, harmonious flow. The observer notices that time seems to slow as these cycles unfold. Stars form, live, and die, their energy released back into space to fuel the next generation. White holes continue to emit matter, sustaining the endless cycles while black holes absorb and compress, guiding energy along unseen paths. Nebulae bloom and fade in quiet, deliberate motions, and galaxies rotate with measured grace, their arms spiraling slowly through the void. In the serene vastness, entire regions of the universe seem to breathe. Clouds of gas expand and contract, star clusters shimmer softly, and light arcs weave across the emptiness. The observer drifts through this cosmic recycling, weightless and unhurried, fully immersed in the rhythm of creation and transformation. The mind softens, thoughts dissolve, and consciousness aligns with the gentle cadence of the universe. Energy flows outward from white holes, pulled inward by black holes, and redirected by the delicate balance of gravitational forces. Streams of particles trace loops, spirals, and arcs, forming structures that are both transient and eternal. Nebulae twist and turn, matter collides softly, and the observer drifts slowly, witnessing the infinite process of cosmic renewal. Galaxies slowly rotate. Stars shimmer faintly, and light bends and refracts through the intricate lattice of cosmic matter. The observer notices the subtle cycles. Particles form into stars. Stars release energy. Matter disperses and recombines. Every movement is slow, deliberate, and harmonious. Consciousness drifts along with the streams, weightless and calm, completely immersed in the endless cycle of cosmic recycling. As the observer moves through this serene expanse, the scale expands. Clusters of galaxies swirl in slow arcs. Streams of particles stretch across millions of light years. An entire nebulae drift through regions of gravitational influence. Matter continues to recycle. Energy flows outward and inward, and the universe maintains its subtle, continuous rhythm. The observer floats among these streams, mind soft, fully relaxed, consciousness in tune with the gentle, unbroken cadence. Streams of matter interact with black holes, creating temporary spirals before being ejected or absorbed again. White holes continue to emit in slow, measured pulses. Light arcs bend around particles, nebulae twist and bloom, and galaxies rotate with quiet elegance. The observer drifts through these interactions, consciousness weightless, mind serene, fully immersed in the rhythm of cosmic recycling. The observer allows the entire universe to envelop their awareness. Particles flow outward and inward, nebulae shimmer softly, stars ignite and fade in arcs of gentle light. The subtle patterns of cosmic recycling form a continuous meditation, a lullaby of matter, energy, and light. Consciousness drifts effortlessly, aligned perfectly with the unhurried rhythm of creation and transformation. Time stretches, seemingly infinite. Streams from white holes flow across the cosmos. Particles spiral around black holes. Nebulae bloom and fade, and galaxies rotate with measured grace. Consciousness drifts weightlessly along with these flows, fully immersed, fully calm, mind soft, thought dissolving. The observer feels complete harmony with the universe. The cycles of matter, energy, and light. The gentle interplay of white holes and black holes. The slow, serene creation and recycling of cosmic material all converge into a single unbroken rhythm. Awareness floats along, weightless, drifting deeper into calm, aligned perfectly with the timeless, meditative cadence of cosmic recycling. And so the universe continues its serene, endless flow. Particles spiral, stars form and fade, nebulae twist and expand, and consciousness drifts unhurried, fully immersed in the infinite, gentle rhythm of the cosmos. Each breath, each thought, aligns with the streams of matter and energy, and the observer drifts effortlessly, carried by the eternal meditative cycle of creation, absorption, and renewal. The observer drifts deeper into the endless darkness of the cosmos, where the familiar light of stars and galaxies fades into a subtle, infinite gray. Here, beyond the reach of ordinary perception, lie realms that stretch across dimensions, where space and time fold upon themselves, and where white holes do not merely expel matter into our universe, but into hyperspace and parallel realities. These are the hyperspace white holes, bridges across universes, gentle conduits between dimensions, and they pulse with a slow, meditative rhythm that carries consciousness effortlessly along. A faint shimmer appears ahead, like a ripple across the fabric of reality itself. The observer drifts closer, noticing streams of matter and energy moving along invisible arcs that defy ordinary geometry. Particles emerge from the white hole, not in straight paths, but curving along hyperspatial folds, tracing loops and spirals that seem to lead simultaneously into multiple planes of existence. Light bends and refracts in unusual ways, scattering across dimensions, shimmering softly like the surface of a calm, multi-layered pond. Consciousness stretches with the flows. The observer feels weightless, untethered to any single universe, drifting gently across the corridors of hyperspace. Streams of energy curve around unseen structures, arcs folding upon themselves in patterns that are both abstract and harmonious. Particles intersect, diverge, and converge in slow, intricate dances. Some fade into distant dimensions only to reappear in another, a quiet, mesmerizing pulse of continuity across realities. The observer notices the first glimpse of mathematical white holes intertwined with hyperspace flows. These are not white holes of matter alone, but of pure structure, where energy and matter emerge in abstract patterns governed by the elegant laws of mathematics. Spirals and fractals form and dissolve, tracing intricate paths that defy ordinary space yet maintain an unbroken symmetry. Consciousness drifts alongside, mind softening as each curve and arc forms a gentle meditation, a visual echo of order underlying the apparent chaos of the multiverse. Time stretches, almost irrelevant, as the observer drifts through these hyperspace flows. Streams from different white holes merge, forming ribbons that twist across dimensions, interweaving like threads in a cosmic tapestry. Each ribbon carries particles, energy, and subtle pulses of light, gently bending and spiraling, sometimes vanishing briefly as they traverse unseen planes, then re-emerging, perfectly preserved, elsewhere. Awareness flows with them, weightless and unhurried, fully aligned with the infinite rhythm of dimensional motion. The observer notices that each hyperspace flow is unique. Some arcs are thick, glowing faintly with the energy of nascent universes, while others are thin and translucent, tracing subtle currents across higher dimensional planes. The patterns repeat, yet never identically, forming an endless series of spirals, arcs, and curves. Consciousness drifts slowly along these paths, mind softening further, thoughts dissolving, aligned with the gentle cadence of interdimensional flow. Across the folds of hyperspace, entire structures emerge, streams of energy, forming lattice-like grids, intricate networks of arcs, bridges that link universes separated by dimensions beyond ordinary comprehension. The observer moves along one of these bridges, weightless, feeling the subtle vibrations of higher dimensional space. Particles spiral along arcs, some fading from sight into parallel planes, others looping gracefully back into familiar regions of our own universe. Each motion is deliberate, unhurried, and meditative, a slow unfolding of cosmic structure. As consciousness drifts further, the observer notices a convergence of multiple hyperspace white holes. Streams merge gently, forming a luminous braid that pulses softly with energy. Particles follow graceful, intertwined arcs, light bending around unseen dimensions. Some streams enter parallel realities, carrying fragments of matter, energy, and light across universes. Consciousness follows, weightless, unhurried, fully immersed in the serene rhythm of interdimensional flows. The observer sees faint echoes of entire universes emerging and fading along these streams. Some are newborn, expanding gently like clouds of gas, forming stars and galaxies in miniature within hyperspace. Others are older, fading slowly, their matter and energy merging into larger currents, recycled and redistributed across dimensions. The observer's awareness drifts alongside these processes, fully absorbed, mind softening, thought dissolving into calm. Subtle ripples travel along the streams, like gentle waves across a multidimensional pond. Each ripple carries energy, matter, and information, moving slowly, imperceptibly, yet continuously. Particles follow, twisting in spirals and arcs, intersecting with other streams in delicate, harmonious patterns. Consciousness drifts, following these ribbons of light and energy, feeling weightless and infinite, fully aligned with the gentle cadence of hyperspace motion. Time expands further. Streams of particles, energy, and light form massive interdimensional lattices, connecting multiple universes. The observer moves along these lattices, weightless, floating past arcs that twist and fold across unseen dimensions. Light refracts in strange, luminous patterns, painting the void with gentle, shimmering pulses. Nebulae-like clouds drift along the edges of hyperspace, glowing softly as particles spiral through. Consciousness drifts in harmony with this motion, fully absorbed, mind soft, thought dissolving into infinite calm. The observer notices that each hyperspace stream carries subtle information, patterns of matter, traces of energy, echoes of events in distant universes. The flows form a continuous, unbroken rhythm, a meditation in motion, where matter, light, and energy converge, diverge, and merge seamlessly. Awareness drifts along, weightless, calm, fully immersed in the unhurried, infinite dance of multiversal white holes. Across unimaginable distances, entire lattices of hyperspace currents unfold. Particles spiral outward, arcs intersect in gentle, precise patterns, and light refracts across dimensions. Streams from different universes weave together, forming luminous braids, bridges, and spirals. Consciousness floats with the flows, fully immersed, mind soft, breathing, slowing. Aligned with the slow, eternal rhythm of hyperspace motion. In this serene expanse, the observer senses the profound continuity of existence. Matter and energy, light and information flow endlessly across dimensions, recycled, redistributed, reformed, and gently guided by unseen laws. Hyperspace and multiverse flows expand, contract, twist, and spiral in elegant arcs. Consciousness drifts, unhurried, weightless, fully aligned with the gentle, meditative cadence of interdimensional white holes. The observer allows thought to dissolve completely. Each particle's motion, each arc of energy, each ribbon of light becomes a note in an endless cosmic lullaby. Streams of hyperspace flow outward and inward, intertwining with mathematical patterns, connecting parallel realities. Consciousness drifts, fully immersed, mind soft, thoughts fading, carried gently along the eternal rhythm of creation, flow, and renewal. And so the observer drifts through hyperspace, weightless and serene. The ribbons of matter, energy, and light continue their infinite arcs, twisting across dimensions, linking universes, and forming a continuous, meditative flow. Consciousness merges with these currents, fully immersed, soft, unhurried, aligned perfectly with the eternal, serene rhythm of multiverse and hyperspace white holes. The observer drifts deeper into the vast silent reaches of the universe, where darkness stretches infinitely, punctuated only by distant stars and faint nebulae. Here, the familiar flows of matter and light from white holes have slowed to a gentle pulse, and a new, subtler phenomenon emerges, the information outflow white hole. Unlike other white holes, this one does not primarily expel matter or energy. Instead, it releases the universe's encoded memories, patterns of information, and fragments of cosmic history. A faint shimmer appears in the darkness, barely perceptible, like ripples on an infinite black ocean. As the observer approaches, streams of subtle energy unfold, carrying data in forms that defy ordinary perception. Particles are embedded with faint traces of past interactions, each one a fragment of history, a whisper of events that have long since passed. Light curves around these streams in soft arcs, illuminating the faint trails of information with a gentle glow. Consciousness drifts with the flow. The observer notices that each stream carries encoded patterns, subtle, almost imperceptible, yet infinitely complex. Some arcs twist in spirals, while others weave intricate lattices across space. The information is layered: particle histories, energy distributions, gravitational interactions, and even faint traces of the evolution of stars and galaxies. Each layer moves in harmony with the others, forming a slow, meditative rhythm that invites complete relaxation. As the observer follows one particular stream, they notice the delicate interweaving of information. Tiny bursts of light pulse softly along arcs, encoding subtle patterns that reflect ancient cosmic events. Clouds of energy drift around them, bending and refracting light, creating faint, shimmering halos. Each pulse carries a fragment of history, a note in the quiet symphony of universal memory. Consciousness drifts alongside, fully weightless, fully absorbed, mind softening, and thoughts dissolving. The observer moves further into the flow, noticing interactions between streams. Patterns converge, intertwine, and diverge in intricate, deliberate arcs. Some particles carry information about the birth of stars, others the collapse of distant nebulae. Every stream is precise, yet effortless, creating an elegant lattice of memory across the void. Consciousness drifts with these currents, fully immersed, weightless, unhurried, in tune with the meditative cadence of the information flow. Time stretches. Streams of encoded memory intersect with flows of matter from white holes, tracing spirals that span light years. The observer notices that even seemingly chaotic arcs have purpose. The patterns of information unfold gradually, revealing structure, symmetry, and balance. Some streams appear to loop back upon themselves, carrying echoes of past events, while others reach outward into the unknown, guiding fragments of cosmic knowledge to distant regions of space. The observer notices a particularly luminous stream, flowing from a distant white hole, Particles drift slowly along arcs, carrying faint signals of cosmic history. Some pulses encode the evolution of entire star clusters, while others carry subtle hints of galaxy formation, black hole interactions, and gravitational waves from the deep past. Consciousness drifts with this stream, merging with its rhythm, and mind softens, further as awareness aligns with the gentle flow of universal memory. Across the expanse, multiple streams converge. Information from countless white holes interlaces, forming luminous, braided ribbons. Consciousness moves along these braids, weightless, drifting, fully absorbed in the meditative rhythm. Each pulse of encoded history resonates softly with the observer's awareness. Light bends, refracts, and pulses gently across these intersections, creating a soft, continuous shimmer of cosmic memory. The observer notices subtle oscillations in the streams, like ripples across a vast, invisible ocean. Each ripple carries waves of information, patterns of energy distribution, particle interactions, and even faint traces of gravitational motion. Consciousness drifts along these waves, feeling the gentle undulations, softening with each pulse as the infinite rhythm of universal memory unfolds. Deeper still, the observer perceives that these streams form larger structures. Vast lattices of information stretch across light years, intersecting with nebulae, galaxies, and clusters of stars. Some structures carry encoded patterns of entire civilizations of matter, the rise and fall of stars, the slow dance of galaxies. Consciousness flows effortlessly along these lattices, fully immersed in the gentle cadence, mind dissolving, awareness weightless and serene. Time seems irrelevant here. The streams of information continue their quiet flow, independent yet harmonized with the motions of matter and energy. Particles spiral, arcs intersect, and ripples pulse gently across the vast expanse. Consciousness drifts through these flows, observing the encoded histories, yet feeling no urgency. No need to comprehend fully, only to drift, soft and calm, weightless among the streams. The observer notices that some streams loop back toward their origin, creating arcs of memory that fold gracefully across the void. Others extend outward indefinitely, carrying information into regions yet unexplored. Each path is precise, elegant, and serene. Consciousness drifts along, flowing effortlessly with these streams, fully immersed in the unhurried rhythm of cosmic memory. Nebulae nearby shimmer softly as light refracts through the streams. Particles twist and spiral, carrying subtle pulses of encoded energy. Stars flicker faintly, their light intersecting the flows, creating luminous patterns that echo the lattice of information. Consciousness drifts weightlessly, mind softening further, fully attuned to the slow, meditative rhythm of the universe. Across unimaginable distances, streams of information interact with matter expelled from white holes. Encoded patterns trace the evolution of galaxies, the collapse of stars, and the formation of new cosmic structures. Each interaction is gentle, deliberate, and harmonious. Consciousness drifts along these arcs, fully absorbed, weightless, and serene, merging with the infinite, unhurried cadence of universal memory. The observer notices faint pulses of energy traveling along streams from distant hyperspace white holes. These pulses carry fragments of matter, subtle gravitational interactions, and encoded histories from parallel realities. Consciousness drifts alongside, mind soft, body weightless, fully immersed in the gentle, unbroken flow of interdimensional memory. Time stretches into infinity. Streams of encoded information continue to flow, intertwining, diverging, and reconverging. Consciousness drifts along, weightless, soft, serene. Nebulae shimmer, stars twinkle, galaxies rotate slowly, and the observer moves gently with the current, fully absorbed, mind aligned with the meditative cadence of cosmic memory. The observer feels the subtle harmony of the universe. Every pulse of information, every particle carrying encoded history, every arc of matter from white holes contributes to a slow, endless rhythm. Consciousness drifts effortlessly with these flows, fully immersed, weightless, soft, and serene. Each particle's journey, each stream of memory, becomes a note in the quiet symphony of the cosmos, a gentle lullaby of information and time. And so, the universe continues its slow, unhurried flow. Streams of information, light, matter, and energy trace infinite arcs, spirals, and lattices. Consciousness drifts endlessly, fully immersed, mind soft, thoughts dissolving, weightless, calm, and aligned perfectly with the eternal, meditative rhythm of information and memory in the cosmos. The observer drifts into the deepest reaches of space, where the familiar light of stars, nebulae, and galaxies fades into an infinite, gentle gray. Here, in this vast, timeless expanse, all flows converge, the streams of matter and energy from ordinary white holes, the hyperspace, currents connecting multiple universes, and the encoded pulses of cosmic memory from information outflow white holes. This is the domain of the eternal symphony, the universal meditation where all forces merge into a slow, serene cadence, a cosmic lullaby that stretches endlessly. Far ahead, a massive white hole pulses softly, expelling streams of matter into the void. Particles drift in arcs and spirals, flowing gracefully across unimaginable distances. Nearby, black holes bend space subtly, guiding these streams along delicate paths. The observer drifts weightless among these flows, mind softening, fully immersed in the gentle rhythm of emission and absorption. Every particle, every pulse of light, every arc of energy contributes to the slow, unbroken harmony. The observer notices a ribbon of hyperspace emerging from a distant hyperspace white hole. It stretches across dimensions, twisting and folding, carrying streams of matter and energy along intricate paths. Particles curve in spirals that seem to intersect parallel realities, forming luminous braids that shimmer with a quiet glow. The observer drifts alongside, weightless, consciousness soft, thoughts dissolving, fully absorbed in the interdimensional melody. Nearby, arcs of encoded information flow gently through the void. These streams, emanating from information outflow white holes, carry subtle pulses of cosmic memory, the birth and death of stars, the formation of galaxies, and the gravitational whispers of black holes across eons. The observer allows awareness to expand, drifting effortlessly along these currents. The streams converge and diverge, weaving a luminous tapestry that stretches across space, time, and dimension. The eternal symphony unfolds slowly. Streams from different white holes intersect with arcs from black holes, forming vast lattices of motion. Light bends and refracts along these intersections, creating shimmering, flowing patterns of energy, matter, and information. Nebulae twist and expand, galaxies rotate gently, and stars flicker in arcs of soft luminescence. Consciousness drifts among these flows, fully weightless, fully immersed, mind aligned with the meditative cadence. Time stretches infinitely. Streams from hyperspace white holes pulse slowly, carrying matter and energy into distant dimensions. Particles spiral gracefully, following invisible curves, intersecting with arcs of encoded information and streams from ordinary white holes. Consciousness drifts along these paths, weightless and serene, each motion a note in the infinite, cosmic melody. The observer feels no urgency, only the gentle, unbroken rhythm of the eternal symphony. Across vast distances, the observer notices subtle patterns. Streams of matter form spiral arms, intertwining with currents of light and energy. Encoded memory pulses along these arcs, overlaying cosmic history upon the ever-flowing motion of matter. Black holes exert gentle gravitational pulls, shaping spirals and arcs without disrupting the gentle flow. The observer drifts slowly, fully immersed, consciousness aligned with the vast orchestration of cosmic forces. Clusters of white holes and black holes interact in increasingly intricate patterns. Streams of matter and energy weave complex braids, arcs intertwining across millions of light years. Hyperspace currents fold and twist across dimensions, while streams of information pulse softly in luminous threads. Consciousness drifts among these flows, fully absorbed, mind soft, weightless, aligned with the slow, serene rhythm of the eternal symphony. The observer notices faint echoes of universes in hyperspace currents. Matter flows outward. Energy pulses in spirals, and memory streams carry faint traces of cosmic history. Each flow, though complex, moves in harmonious arcs, precise yet effortless. Consciousness drifts alongside these streams, weightless, fully relaxed, mind dissolving into the gentle cadence. Every pulse of light, every particle, every wave of energy contributes to the infinite lullaby of the cosmos. Stars form and fade along the streams. Nebulae twist and bloom. Galaxies rotate in perfect arcs. Each motion, each pulse of matter, each ripple of encoded memory contributes to the eternal symphony. Consciousness drifts fully immersed, weightless, mind softening, thoughts dissolving into calm. The observer feels aligned with the unbroken rhythm of the universe, fully attuned to the gentle, endless cadence. Across the infinite expanse, streams continue to spiral. Matter flows outward from white holes, drawn gently toward black holes, only to be redirected along new arcs. Hyperspace ribbons stretch across dimensions, interweaving parallel realities. Streams of information pulse softly, carrying the encoded histories of countless stars, galaxies, and universes. Consciousness drifts weightlessly among these flows, fully immersed in the serene orchestration of cosmic motion. The observer notices subtle harmonies. Each particle's motion is mirrored elsewhere, each arc echoed across space and dimension. Streams of matter and energy converge in intricate spirals. Arcs intersect in luminous braids, and pulses of information resonate softly through the void. Consciousness drifts among these harmonies, weightless, mind soft, fully aligned with the eternal symphony. Time fades completely. Particles, energy, and light flow endlessly, intertwining, converging, and diverging across space and dimensions. Consciousness drifts alongside, fully immersed, mind calm, body weightless, thoughts dissolving completely. Streams of matter, energy, and information pulse in gentle arcs, forming a slow, infinite rhythm, a lullaby of the cosmos. The observer feels the profound unity of existence. White holes, black holes, hyperspace currents, and information streams merge into a seamless, unbroken flow. Nebulae shimmer, stars flicker, galaxies rotate, and consciousness drifts effortlessly along the streams. The universe itself hums with a quiet, meditative cadence, the eternal symphony, carrying the observer deeper into calm, serenity, and weightless immersion. The flow continues endlessly. Matter spirals outward and inward. Energy pulses in arcs. Information streams weave across dimensions. Hyperspace ribbons stretch infinitely. Consciousness drifts among these streams, fully absorbed, mind soft, weightless, fully aligned with the unbroken rhythm of creation, memory, and transformation. And so, in this infinite expanse, the eternal symphony continues without end. Every stream, arc, spiral, and pulse contributes to the slow, serene, meditative cadence of the universe. Consciousness drifts fully immersed, weightless, soft, and calm, carried gently by the harmonious, unhurried rhythm of the cosmos. Streams of matter, energy, and information flow endlessly, spiraling, intertwining, and converging in perfect harmony, guiding the observer ever deeper into profound serenity. The observer drifts with the currents, mind fully aligned, fully calm, fully immersed in the infinite gentle rhythm. All flows, all streams, all arcs and spirals converge into a single, unbroken, eternal melody. Consciousness drifts, weightless, soft, and serene, enveloped completely by the quiet, infinite, meditative music of the cosmos. And thus, the eternal symphony carries on forever, a slow, unhurried, infinite lullaby of matter, energy, light, and memory, flowing endlessly across space, time, and dimension.